What's next for me? Do I take a job? Is there a job for me? Is there a business for me? What are my real options? That's what we get to do.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Terry Coker here with Ray Franchise Fanning. How'd I do with that, Ray?
You nailed it, Terry, as you.
And why are we here, Ray? Tell everybody what we do.
We help people when they're looking at their options. We get to help and coach people when they're kind of at that point of saying, what's next for me? Do I take a job? Is there a job for me? Is there a business for me? What are my real options? That's what we get to do. We get to coach you through the franchise process so you can make the best decision for you and your family.
You nailed it, Ray. We're franchise consultants. That's what our business cards say, and we help people evaluate franchising. And the reason we're here on franchise feedback is once a week we dip into the mailbag and we answer questions. And this week we have something that's popped up a couple times out of the mailbag called a COVID job. What's a COVID job, Ray? I didn't know that new term before you and I talked.
Yeah, it's been popping up with me, Terry. And what I'm seeing is that people are asking me, should I take a COVID job or should I consider a COVID job? So the first thing I had to do was ask the qualifying question, just like you, is what's a COVID job?
Yeah.
And what I'm learning is a COVID job is where you take a job that's below the job that you have had, and then you take a significant reduction in pay, and you usually a significant reduction in what, at least your level of responsibility. And
so you're working with someone like this.
I'm actually working with a couple people like this, one who has taken it, one who is considering taking it, one who said it's being finagled in front of him. So it's coming up more and more now. And
now that I have a label for it, I'm working with a couple people like that too. I know what to label it now.
It's a COVID job. I've learned something new every week.
Yeah, I have a person I'm working with who is a high-level senior executive in the advertising industry who just took a job in a boutique fitness company. Wow, different ends of the spectrum, right? Right out of the corporate suite, right into Main Street, okay, brick and mortar. And there are good reasons, for taking jobs to protect your family, to keep your network alive. But there are also other options, and we think of our options, right? If you have ambition, if you have business skills, if you have capital to invest, you could be a small business owner without starting from scratch, right, Ray?
Absolutely. Before you take a COVID job, as you're considering it, consider this. I mean, consider what your other options could be. I have someone who took a COVID job, who got laid off early in the pandemic, who really wishes they hadn't. I have someone who's sitting there right now considering it and almost feels he's getting worked by the other side. Like, would you take this? Would you do this? Will you travel? It's almost like he's negotiating against himself. So before you do that, take a look at what your options are, see what they are, and maybe you can avoid it so that this can never happen to you again.
Yeah, leave a comment for either one of us, direct messages, and just say, hey, guys, could I have a Q&A call, right? We'll hop on the phone, we'll block out some time, and you ask the questions, we have the answers, okay? We love the Q&A calls. There's no obligation for that. And if you're looking at this situation that I've learned the language on today, a COVID job, where you're taking something way below, what you're qualified for, look at some other options. Look at becoming a small business owner. We love that life. We're both small business owners, and we'd love to introduce that life to you too. All right. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate it. Thank all of our viewers this morning. We love the fact that you're here.
Thank you, Terry. Take care.
You bet.